What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night to bring right, but hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto, to obviously talk more about the markets. Markets have been crazy over the weekend, even crazy into today with everything going on. The market manipulation is wild. I mean, all it takes is Trump to just say one thing. And we knew this. I mean, this is nothing new here, but it's just crazy to actually watch it in real time. But good to be back here. Sorry, I pretty much took off all last week off. Crazy week. And into soccer this weekend. I got a little burnt. So if I look a little red on the screen, yes, I got fried a little bit. It was nice and sunny here in the Northwest, at least yesterday, and I got a little cooked out in some soccer. So, but yeah, with all that, I do want to say what's up to the A-teamers that are here. What's up, Tim Shea? We got the mayor of crypto in the house here. First guy. What's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Chameleon's in the house here. What's up, bud? Jeffrey Mix. What's going on, Dude Majestic? I blocked you on subscriber mode. Sorry, bro. Just Mally, what's up, buddy? Classic Trump taco move. I know, right? Andrew B, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Hope all is well. BP Kohler's in the house here. Pink Ink, what's up? What's up? What's up? Who else we got here? We got Andrew. Good to see you, dude. Crypto Kyle, what's up, man? Good morning to you, to my batch. Chipper's in the house here. Tony Punch, Autobahn, what's going on, dude? We got Shannon. Shannon up here. What's up, buddy? Yeah, what's up, Austin? Hey, bro. No worries. I take a few months off. Yeah, no, what was crazy is I didn't realize that I signed up for two. My daughters had two field trips, and one of the field trips was going to Green Congress, which is like a big event. Anyways, I didn't realize I signed up for these things, and so it was like, well, shit, I guess I got to go. And then the Thursday one was just long, and then Friday you could see I posted that my internet was down pretty much half of the day, and I was pissed because I was trying to watch the NCAA tournament and then on top of that, stream, but it was just like internet's down, and I was just mad about it. So yeah, that's why I didn't stream on Friday either. So internet was being down, and it was just lame. So what's up, Trent? Good to see you, buddy. We got Tao. Yeah, let's jump into the markets here. Let's jump into it. We got some things to cover today. It's been a while. Let's do it here. As you can see, the cryptocurrency market is actually kind of been like, it honestly went down. I mean, Trump came out and said, hey, we're going to obliterate Iran. The market's literally done. We were trading at like 2,200, 2,300. Dude, it shattered, went all the way down to like 2024 last night. And then it obviously came out today, and he said, well, we're having fantastic talks today. It's just crazy, the manipulation of the market. Like, it literally blows my mind. I don't know if I've seen this much volatility in like just like over the last 2 weeks. It's just nuts. But we'll look at some data, look at this. But you can see right now, Ethereum back to 21.37, actually up 2% over the last 24 hours. XRP looking pretty good at 2.89%, about 143. Bitcoin back above 70,000. This thing did dip down after when Trump made those initial announcements. But, crypto's obviously, up and down, up and down. Like I've told everyone here, the best thing is just to, I leave my money in crypto. I don't really care about the volatility of it, but it is wild to watch. And if you are trying to play the markets, if you're trying to leverage trade, if you're trying to, time the market, this is like the worst time. This is like literally the hardest time you could time the market. It's so hard to time the market because we just don't know what's going to be said. And unfortunately, the market's not being traded on trends and technical analysis. It's literally just being traded on what Trump's saying. I mean, the memes that came out today with that was hilarious. I mean, I'll show one of the memes here later on, but I mean, like, it just cracked me up because it's so true. I mean, the markets are strictly based off what's happening now with what the United States is doing, what Trump says, and there's no technical analysis here. So if you bought in, you got lucky. If you sold, you got lucky. Whatever it is, if you're not in Trump's camp, you're not making money. Basically, is what it comes down to. You got to be in Trump's camp to be making that money. But you can see cryptocurrency is basically kind of sideways for the most part, but it has gone up and down over the last 24 hours. You can see stock market bounce back nicely. This thing was up over 1,100 points on the Dow early this morning. Now it's still up about 625 points after Trump says the U.S. and Iran have a productive talks. You can see right here, S&P 500 73 points up, and the Nasdaq's bounced back nicely to 264 points up. This is what I was talking about here. I'm sure you guys all saw this already. This is nothing new. This came out, where he basically said that, dude, what is going on here? Come on, there we go. Basically, Trump came out here and said that he was gonna obliterate Iran, and then he came out and he literally said that they had productive talks. As you see right here, Trump posted that the U.S. and Iran held productive talks over the last 2 days and ordered a 5-day pause on all military strikes against Iranian energy infrastructures. And so with that, the S&P 500 went up almost 4%, Nasdaq went up over 4%, and Bitcoin went up almost 6%. $2.5 trillion was added back in just less than 20 minutes as oil prices crashed. I mean, literally, you couldn't make this stuff up. Like, this is a timeline of everything that's happened here. Right here, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 10-year note yields are just to 4.4. You can see right here that the oil prices are no longer the biggest threat to the markets. And then you have people come out here and post that the bond market's intervention is imminent. And then Trump says peace talks with Iran have begun. Boom, comes down. Iran denies Trump's statements. Boom, goes back up. Like the markets, I mean, like literally, it's just off of emotion. That's all it is, and that's just kind of what it is. XEL looking good. I did see that, Jack. I did see XEL was looking pretty damn good. I'll admit. I looked at my wallet and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! It's actually looking really good." So yeah, shout out to XEL. We got Shannon in the house. Thanks, Shannon, so much for the $10 super chat or super sticker. I do appreciate that a ton, man. Thank you so much. Oh. But yeah, no, thanks, Shannon. Appreciate that a ton, dude. Tony, thanks so much for being here for 15 months, man, dude. I appreciate you a ton, dude. I know I've been very, very inconsistent, but you guys still show up, show out, and are still part of the A team and still members here, so which is fantastic. I appreciate that a ton, dude. Lots of Iranians hold crypto, probably do, yeah. Have a ticket with CoinTracker for inflated USDC and SOL values on one transaction. Doesn't affect my tax, but showing this amount will look funny on the returns. Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. Wonder why they did that. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Maybe he's trying to wreck the insider traders. He very well could be doing that. You never know, dude. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But this is wild. This is a wild look. And again, what's even weirder this morning? I mean, 5 minutes before Trump makes an announcement, you have 1.5 billion, worth of SP 500 futures right here, single clip, dude. Boom! Literally 5 minutes before he makes the announcement, the market literally takes off. Like this is before anyone even knows anything. You can see the the volume starts to come in, and that's when the announcement happens. Like there's already people that are buying this up. Like this is where like the manipulation is just crazy. You have to be inside Trump's camp to make money, and people that are inside his camp and know this are literally making hand over fist on the manipulation of these markets. They know what to short, they know what to long, they know when to put money in, when to take money out. It's pretty damn wild, and it's very, very obvious. I mean, how would someone be able to put this much money in right before 5 minutes before an announcement? And on top of that, not just that, you're going to come over here and you're going to see, oh wow, we're actually going to come out here and we're going to have a big sell of roughly $192 million of oil futures right before this announcement here. So weird how this works. I mean, more than 4 to 6x on other trade sizes during this market close, meaning that these people are making 4 to 6x on some of these closures here. And it's not just, I mean, it's just the insider trading is just crazy. Insider profits are mind-boggling, dude, on how much that they're able to make off of this stuff. And I mean, I wish I was in his camp, to be honest. I mean, I guess that's kind of where maybe I'm being a little salty, because I wish I was in his camp where I could just, manipulate and know exactly when to put in, exactly when to pull out, and just make hand over fist and, walk away with millions and millions of dollars. And, everyone else is kind of screwed because we're not in the camp. Fox Protocol allegedly up and running. We'll see. Oh, damn. Is it really? That's pretty badass. Market manipulation at its finest. Pelosi would be proud. Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude. I mean, we're starting to see it. People are starting to, it's very evident what's going on here. I'm not saying that like, whether Trump knows about it or cares about it, I don't think he cares about it. That's the thing is he probably doesn't pay attention to that shit. Like he really doesn't. But there's people in his camp that are making a lot of money from this, and nothing will happen from it. We'll complain about it. We'll talk about it. But nothing will happen. Nothing's going to be said. No one's going to be tried. No one's going to be held accountable for inside trading, but we know it's there. I mean, we could all see it. And, I like that people put it on blast out here because it's very obvious. I mean, massive reversal in the markets. Yeah, no shit. It's massive reversals in the market because every time he says something, it goes up, it goes down. It's just, there's no fundamentals to this. As much as I try to spend as much time as I possibly can on fundamentals, putting out, looking at, looking at trends or looking at where things are. Like as much as you try to predict it, you can't. You know what I mean? You can't. There's just no fundamentals in this game, unfortunately, right now. Let's see here. What's up, Candy? Good to see you, dude. Jamins, I sold all my XRP. What did it say? I sold my XRP a few weeks ago and have been making thousands swing trading SOL. Okay, damn. Swing trading's where it's at, dude. I appreciate that. My batch, yeah, about the Fox Protocol. I'll have to take a look at that. Ian, what's up, man? Good morning, A team. Nice to be able to tune in. Hell yeah, Ian, it's good to see you, dude. Uh, Pedro, those are most likely Barron's trades. That's actually pretty funny. Do you know what's happening in the Pure Wallet yet? They haven't come out and said anything. I haven't talked to Andrew in a while, so I don't know. I don't know what they got going on, dude. Austin, what do you think? The Pump.fun and will the XRP version of it on Phoenix be bullish? I don't know, dude. Dude. You saw Ethereum. You saw Vitalik come out and just obliterate Pump.fun. I mean, Vitalik Buterin, I don't know if you guys have been following him, but I mean, he came out and literally obliterated Pump.fun, saying it's basically created one of the worst things for crypto ever, and like he's totally against that kind of stuff. So I don't know what that version is going to do, but if they do create that version for XRP, I mean, obviously it's going to be really good for XRP. We saw what Pump.fun did for Solana. I mean, it literally did phenomenal. Like Solana went up to its all-time highs. I mean, Solana hit numbers that no one ever thought Solana would hit. And so Pump.fun pumped a ton of liquidity into Solana. And that could very well be the same for XRP. I mean, you start buying meme coins and degenerate stuff on XRP. You're just going to pump it. You're just going to pump the blockchain. So yeah, it'd be very, very good for XRP. I mean, that's what caused XRP to rally initially, was to pump. I mean, that's why when First Ledger came out. I don't know if you guys remember the First Ledger. First Ledger was when we started really tracking meme coins on XRP, and the XRP started to rally right around January, February, March of 2025, and that's where we started to like, holy crap, this is starting to take off. Right when the whole RLUSD thing was coming out, XRP was booming, dude. I was just actually looking back at my TikTok. It's funny you brought that up, dude. I was looking back at my TikTok because I made a video about this. It got 1.1 million views on TikTok. I couldn't believe it, right? I don't even do TikTok anymore. I should probably do more of it. But anyways, I was looking at this morning, and yeah, I got Ripple RLUSD is huge for XRP. I got 1.1 million, and I was looking at it. This came out. I posted this on 12/11 of 2024. So right when the whole peak of that, like October, November, December, January, February, was kind of like this mesh of like XRP, RLUSD. You had Phoenix that came out at that time. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. And so we'll see what happens. I mean, if you want to pump money into XRP and through these meme coins, that's the way to do it. I mean, creating a Pump.fun, for an XRP could be big. Who knows? What's up, guy? Good to see you, dude. Austin, is this really you? Yeah, it's really me, man. Do I look a little more pink because I got burned this weekend, dude? So yeah, market manipulation, definitely market manipulation. There's no question, like zero doubt about it. But nothing's going to happen to it, dude. Nothing's going to be said. No one's going to be held accountable for it. We can sit here and complain about it, and I'm kind of complaining, but not complaining. Like it's more of like, damn, dude. Like as much as you like spend time, because I spend a lot of time looking at charts and trying to time the charts and trying to find things. And when things don't line up because Trump comes out and says something, it does kind of irk me a little bit because things line up perfectly. And I'll give you an example, dude. Here's the perfect example, dude. And I didn't have any shorts or longs in on this. Like I'm not bitter because I lost money, because I didn't lose money. I'm just bitter because you spend a lot of time and energy looking at certain things, and then what happens is it gets obliterated because one man says something, right? Versus it just naturally being because the market are going that way, or the trends are going that way, the AI bots are trading that way, and that's kind of where it's at. And so when you're looking at these, I mean, like the 4 hour came down, it came to the bottom here, and it came up, and this is kind of that spike that hit up here. But that's what causes. Usually that doesn't. Usually we don't have too many of those. On Ethereum, even same with XRP. This came down, hit the bottom down here, and then came straight up. Like this actually obliterates everything that we had going on down here. You can see that straight spike right here. That's not a natural spike. And so as much as this was down at the bottom here after this massive sell off here, we knew that this bounce back was going to happen here. But it's just like this is not a natural fall off right here. Unfortunately, this was created because of what Trump said. It wasn't because of a natural, reset. It's because of what he said. And this kind of obliterates everything that you're looking at. Like now this area to me is like, you can't go back and look at history on this, because this is like obliterated off of one thing that was said by someone, not because of like the natural course of the market. So that's basically what I'm saying. I like it when the natural course of the market creates these trends, because then it just allows you to then trade, and you're more secure with your trade. And it's just, goes back to like what I joke about here, but it's so true. I mean, This is literally trading today, dude. Let me take this down right here. But this is trading today, honestly. Trading in the 1980s. This is trading in the 2000s. This is trading literally during Biden. We were trading like this, and then all of a sudden trading today. It's like the evolution of trading has now been this, and it's so funny because it truly is. Like this is exactly what it is. There's a treason trader lose money. It's always manipulated. In a way, you're lucky it's Trump because you usually don't get to know who's doing it. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, the great thing is that usually it's the good part is over the last few years. I mean, and I'm not saying that when people come out and say things, but usually there's less. By far, Trump has manipulated the market the most. Even Biden came out and said a few things and manipulated the markets, but those are trend. Those are easy trends to track. Right now, since Trump has come into office, it has been the hardest. Like this year and a half has probably been the hardest, or a year and a few months has been the hardest trading months ever. Just because like the tariff discussions, the ups and downs, and you just never know what's said, and it just makes it tough, dude. It makes it super super tough if you're trying to trade and do what you normally do in the markets. It makes it almost impossible. Say no to manipulation. I know, right? That's kind of how I feel. What's up, crypto people? Joe, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. They're struggling to hold the markets up. That's the best it has been out a lot. Yeah, I mean the markets are struggling. I mean, dude, the markets took a beating. Like, let's be honest. I mean, the markets took a beating. The only thing that is taking a massive beating now is gold. Gold is down. Gold has entered a bear market, guys. I mean, gold is getting obliterated right now. Down 22% from its record high. I mean, this is the one. I know Schultz is out there. Probably Peter Schultzer is out there, probably just freaking pissed off right now. I told everyone to sell their Bitcoin and get into gold, and people bought the top of gold, and now they're down 22%. So it is just a wild ride. But unfortunately, you have a lot of people out here. Let me go to it right here. I think it's right here that are calling for Bitcoin to go off. And what's crazy about this is that a lot of people are probably buying into Bitcoin exploding like this, and because gold, is following the same trend here, and money that leaves gold goes into Bitcoin is kind of what they're going here. But I gotta say, dude, there has been a massive bearish flag right now. I'll give you that, dude. There's a bear flag coming in here, and the trend point's lower. And this is a perfect example of a little bear flag right here. And I mean, just be prepared. There's both sides of this. You got a lot of people out here that are very positive about crypto going up and exploding. My thumbnail says that. It's more of a. That's why I wrote FTF in my thing, because a lot of people are saying that Bitcoin's going to explode again, and you never know with Trump. You just never know. But I mean, there are some trends showing this could go a little bit lower. Good news makes markets crash. Bad news makes market crash. No news makes market crash. So, right, K-Bad, that's kind of how it feels, right? What did Trump say today for the market to react? Oh, he just basically well, he said over the weekend, right when the markets closed on Friday, he came out and said that if basically if Iran doesn't open up the straits and he doesn't cooperate, they're going to obliterate all their power grid. They're basically going to take down all the power for Iran. Markets took a shit, right? Crypto took a dump. We saw that in the market. I mean, you can go back and let's actually pull up the chart here. I mean, just go over the last. Let's go over the last day. I mean, this is right here on Wednesday 3rd. This was Friday right here. This is Friday's announcement. He's gonna, we're gonna obliterate them if they don't do this. And then this morning he comes out and he says, "Oh, over the last 2 days we've had really good talks, and those talks have turned into some positive stuff here. We've come to some potential agreements, and we're going to hold. We're not going to bomb them for 5 days." And then the markets literally bounced right back up. I mean, like literally, you could have made so much money off this if you were timing this right. This was Friday, right? Thursday, Friday, boom, comes down. I mean, right off the top of this, comes down almost 10%, 11%. Like that's such a good trade right there. And then this morning, if you were up and you knew what was in there, you could have made roughly a 6%, 7% return. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy what the markets are about. But unfortunately, like I told you guys, there is a little bit of a bear flag. You can see that forming right here, right there, and it's forming right here too. And usually that comes down, but I mean, trends are off the table. I mean, we could talk about trends all day and what to look for and flags and stuff like that. But unfortunately, when it comes to Trump, literally anything he says can sway the market so much, whether it's crypto or the stocks. That's just kind of what it is. But unfortunately, you can see, I mean, even the weekly's down, trying to make its way back up right now. You can see that, this is how Bitcoin was reacted last time, was right in here. This is the Bitcoin halving that came down, did a little jump around, and then here we are bouncing back up again. And I want to try to say that this is going to do the same thing over here, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Trump's going to say. Austin, what in the butt? What is your thoughts if you announce a peace deal? We pump then dump or pump? Well, I mean, we're already starting to see it. I mean, if a peace deal comes, the hard part is whether it's a true peace deal, and what does a peace deal look like? Like, what are we? What does a peace deal look like? I mean, obviously, they don't want them to own, uranium or to be able to make a bomb, but at the same time, like, what does that look like? I don't know what that looks like. So it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But yeah, I think if they have a peace deal, obviously the markets will react nicely because oil is going to come down in price. I mean, that's been the hardest part. Uh, but we're so focused on overseas, we're not even focused on like, unfortunately, we're just like sinking over here in the United States. I mean, inflation's starting to come back. People traveling. I mean, it's great that Trump put ICE agents in the airports, at some of the airports that were understaffed with DHS. I mean, he had to do something because I mean, that was crazy to see all those lines. We saw that back last week. I mean, what was it, Austin, Texas, that had over 8 to 10 hours in line? That's crazy, dude. Austin, who might Trump be talking to? Who is the authority to negotiate on behalf? Dude, that's a good. I don't know. But it was pretty funny. I mean, if I don't know if you listened to his press conference this morning, they were like, because Iran came out and said, no, haven't had any discussions with Trump. And then and the markets kind of fell because of that, right? But who are the people making those announcements anyways, right? Like, so it goes both ways. Like, who's saying that Trump hasn't spoke to anyone in authority in Iran, and who are the people from Iran saying that they didn't have any peace talks? Like, who's even in charge of Iran? I don't even know. Do we even know? Have we even figured that out yet? I think we'll go lower in the price, but higher in the RSI. Very good. You never know, Pedro. Trend CA predictions: nothing will be normal till he's gone. We all know it, regardless of who you voted for. It's tough, dude. It's been a tough year, that's for sure. I mean, it's so hard to trade. The oil's not going to come down anytime soon. Well, yeah, we're going into summer months. I mean, what happens when you go into the summer months? I mean, Memorial Day weekend's like one of the highest. We're what, a month, 2 months away from Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend are like the two highest months for gas. Like, so we're going into springtime right in the end of the year, and that's usually when gas prices start to go a little crazy. I don't think we'll be in a peace deal. We bombed them during the peace talks. The Trump administration admitted that over the weekend. Oh man, it's crazy. Dumping it easy. Tried grape nuts, but what's up, Mark? Good to see you, bud. Y'all need to stop trading on what the orange fool says. No, but I'm saying what is hard. It's not trading on what he says. It's that you're going out there. Let's just say you put in a trade. um it's what he says which causes the trade. You're not trading on what he says. You're kind of scared to trade because of what he says, you know what I mean? Or you're doing whatever because y'all just chasing, accept pump and dumps, ignore that fool. Yeah, but some people are trying to enter the markets too, Cab, right? New people are coming into crypto, new people are coming into the markets, trying to enter the markets. And unfortunately, a lot of people, like, I'll give you an example. I guarantee you, dude, a lot of people probably bought Ethereum when this thing was pumping the other day. When this thing went all the way up to freaking $2,400, I bet you that a lot of people bought this. Unfortunately, sadly, a lot of people were buying this, right? Because it was in the green. And people were all excited, like, oh my gosh, it's going up, it's going up. And they buy on that FOMO. And then it came down and, it came down and here we are. And yeah, that's more of what it is. It's time in the markets, not time in the markets. And, if you're going to buy crypto, just buy crypto and sit on it. I don't even try to trade the market. Just own it and just let it go through the cycle. And hopefully it comes out good on the other end. That's all you can hope for, which is why it's also important to say you should only invest what you're willing to lose. Because if you invest in things that you don't want to lose, like if you put money in there and you're like, oh, I hope I don't lose money on it, which none of us want to lose money. But I mean, if you're going in there with hopes of like, this only will go up and never come down, then you're in for a rude awakening. Peace deal. So in 5 years, when Iran continues to enrich uranium or build back their missile stockpile, and they can always shut the strait whenever they want in the future. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work, Adam. I'll be honest with you. What does that look like in the future? I don't know, dude. Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan have been passing messages between the U.S. and Iran over the past 2 days in an effort to de-escalate. That's not a bad idea. I mean, that's great to hear. Yeah, I appreciate that. I thought they were all dead. Yeah, me too. I thought they were all gone too. people around you are trading on what he says, though. You're just caught in the crossfires. Yeah, there's a lot of people trading on what he said, but I mean that's what it goes to show right here, right? It goes back to this. This is a perfect example, right? I mean, right before the announcement comes out here, 1.5 million, notes worth of S&P 500 futures were bought in a single clip. 1.5 billion were bought right before 5 minutes before this announcement. You can see that right there. And then on top of that, 129 million futures were sold for gas right before the announcement. So like that's what I'm saying is that the people that are making the money off this are the people that are in his inner circle. I mean, that's the people who make money off this. They get this shut down for the next 10 years. I doubt it, Ashton. That's not gonna happen. Let's see here. Hodl people, yeah. Guy is a commie. Damn, I want to be on a sugar high too. Where are my chocolate chip cookies? Iran will never be more hostile and dangerous in the future. We create martyrs by doing this. And why did Trump lift sanctions, which gave Iran $14 to $15 billion? I have no idea, bro. Who knows? I mean, was it needed to happen? I mean, in all reality, I mean, what did the attack on Iran need to happen? I mean, we'll never know. Only what the media tells us. Some will say yes, some will say no. That'll always be the argument. But the average Joes like you and I will never 100% know whether that was true or not. We can't say that Iran has definitely been a threat for a long time. I think we've known that. Does it deserve all this? I don't know. I mean, they haven't been. I mean, they haven't been the nicest to America. I mean, death to America, death to Americans. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't lose sleep over it, if that's what you're asking. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's other. I mean, I just don't think that we should be at war. Period. I mean, hearing that a school got bombed is sad as hell. So, and man, stay free to protect themselves. Yeah, they definitely are. Definitely are a state to protect themselves, 100%. This is where it gets crazy too, though, is that Bitcoin has outperformed gold and the SP 500 since the start of the U.S.-Iran conflict. And if you go back and look at all the previous escalations, COVID outbreak, Russia invasion, regional banking crisis, Trump Liberation Day, Iran conflict over the last few years, you can actually see that. I mean, Bitcoin's obviously is performing better in conflict, which is kind of crazy when you start to look at it like that. Yeah, we definitely find out who our ally is. It is pretty sad. I'll give you that, dude. Mac Daddy, you're not wrong. I mean, you could see that NATO's trash, dude. Screw NATO. I mean, in all reality. I mean, regardless of how you feel about this conflict. I mean, if you're asking for people, you spend all this, spending, United States taxpayers' dollars for NATO, and then when you're saying, hey, dude, we're putting America's interests first when it comes to Iran. Okay, and we'll just put it out this way. We'll put it this way, dude. Like, okay, so regardless of how you feel about Trump and politics, and regardless of who's in there, if a president comes in and says, "Hey, we feel it's in the best interest of Americans that we take out Iran," right? And then a lot of us are like, "Hey, we don't want that." Some people are like, "Yeah, go for it." If America says that they're going to do that, because they feel that Americans are in danger by some way. And again, we'll never fully know. I mean, they probably have more intel than we'll ever know about. I mean, there's intel out there that's probably we'll never hear about. But if you have that, and you have NATO allies that don't support the best interests of America, then what are they? And again, set aside your politics, set aside your feelings for that, and it just doesn't have to be Trump in this. I'm just saying, look at the scenario. If anyone was in that scenario, how would you feel about that, right? I mean, that's kind of the crazy. If you have a U.S. president out here, United States president out here saying, "Hey, these people are a threat to America and a threat to our civilization," and then you're going to go and we bomb them, and then you have allies out there that are like, "We're not going to assist you in this. We're not going to assist you or like let you use our bases or let you make sure that your nation's safe." I mean, that's kind of weird to me, right? I mean, I know that if it was the other way around, like if it was England and they felt the same way, or if it was another country and they were saying, "Hey, Iran's a threat to us," we need protection. I mean, what happens then? We would step in because they're telling us that, hey, they need protection because Iran's a threat to their civilization. We would step in for sure. Would we not? And we would be expected to. We definitely found out. Yeah, Trump has been talking chatbot and thought Iran. That's actually pretty funny. Uh, it's wrong to invade other countries' rights. Yeah, but I mean, you invade the reason why this conflict happened was because of the again, we'll never know. This is all, we can all make speculation. I don't have the intel, but if they're saying that, hey, America is being threatened by some way, some shape, some form, Iran having a nuclear bomb, whatever it is, and we need to take action. I mean, what do you do at that point? Meanwhile, U.S. and Israel bullies. China and Russia are really considering intervention. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I don't think China or Russia will jump in. I don't think they'll have any intervention at all. Mac Daddy Trump spent a year antagonizing and starts trade wars with our allies and threatening to annex Greenland, which almost triggered Article 5. NATO is a defense alliance, not an offense. Yeah, but I mean, if they're used to, I mean, like I told you, if the reason why we went after Iran is because of whatever threat to us, whatever that is, right? So, Iran's been the number one state of sponsored terrorism. Absolutely, I think it has been. Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think anyone's. I think regardless of party, regardless of whatever aisle you're on, we could all probably agree that that's a true statement. I mean, it is a number one sponsored. I mean, it's been proven out there, and both parties have said that. I mean, even Biden said it. You know what I mean? Even Kamala Harris said it. Everyone knows it. So on the list have been getting attacked by Israel and the U.S. for the past 60 years. That would, you think these two countries, if you lived there? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's one of those things. I mean, it just goes back and forth. I know, a lot of stuff coming out there. We know he didn't consult NATO or UN. Israel dragged us in. I do think that, but I don't think Trump's gonna. I mean, that's the thing is, like, we could say. I mean, we'll never know. Like I said, we'll never know, dude. It's all assumptions on what it goes down to. I mean, I'm not in the, I'm not in the green room here. This BB's crusade very well could be, right. I mean, it's always been the Christians and the people who obviously it's more been a religious battle. It's for me. It's, I mean, this religious battle has been going back for years, dude. It's been going back for centuries, thousands of years. This religious battle has been going on, still going on. I still feel it's a religious battle. I mean, we're seeing it right now. You know what I mean? Founder fathers didn't want the U.S. to have foreign ties and handle conflicts on case by case basis. I would agree with that. That's probably where I have issue, is that, like, I do think we should be America first, but people are getting, it's unfortunately the whole America first thing is being, it's being obliterated to some degree, because I mean, people don't know what America first is. Is attacking Iran America first? Is putting America's best interest to make sure that nothing happens to us by taking out the number one sponsored terrorist in Iran? Is that America first? Some people would say yeah. Some people would say no. Which one is it? I don't know. Problem is, people are so against Trump, they don't realize they're cheering against the other country and citizens. It is insanity. I'd give you that, my batch. Problem is, the world has followed you guys into illegal wars before. Once bitten, twice shy. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, went head of national intelligence, stated there was no threat for Iran under oath last week. Yeah. Austin, why is Acceler pumping? What's the news? I guess Acceler is pumping because someone just told me that I think someone just said that the um, it's actually working. The Fox formula is working now, so it's obviously back up. Yeah, it's up 55. Damn, dude, this thing is climbing, dude. Up 55%. Is that just today? 55%. Damn, dude, it's up 200% from its all-time low. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, it's doing pretty good. I'll give you that. That's doing really good. Yeah, back above a 1.44 million. Yeah, it's still doing pretty good. Damn, the buys coming in are pretty crazy. The bots are still there, but yeah, it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback, well above its pre-sale price. It's yeah, 50. Damn, dude, 50. So it's 55% up from its pre-sale price. Wow, it's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. Got to give it out to Acceler. They said the XC. Someone said the Acceler. Let's see, the Fox formula is up and working now. I don't know if that's true or not. There's a lot of shit changing here. Gosh, damn, dude, I don't even know what's going on. This website's like totally changed here.
In the shattered vein.
Okay, I don't want to see that.
In the shattered veins of.
How do you enter the seller? Oh, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know where you'd go for it, but Fox Protocol. So yeah, I guess you could. I guess it could be working. I don't know. Whoa, really? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. No, actually, Israel and U.S. have caused the most terror around the world. New World Order plans playing out. Kind of feels like a New World Order. No World War III is planned for the global reset. What's up, dude? Hey, Salmofo. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, dude. Bull traps. There's a bull trap, dude. It's another bull trap. I mean, that's where I was pointing out here earlier, dude. Right. Where's it at, dude? I was just pointing it out. Right here. We were talking about the bull trap there. Yeah, there's definitely a bull trap forming for sure. No question about it, dude. But like we were sort of like joking about it because I was saying it's pretty crazy because Trump could say something, this bull flag gets obliterated, right? I mean, honestly, like the war, the whole conflict with Iran could come to an end, and this thing will go, go nuts. So Nick Fuentes is telling people to vote Democrat now. He's saying to vote for a Newsom, the swinging violently left, and we'll get something bad for all crypto in 20. Oh my god, dude! If Nick Fuentes is flipping to Democrat, if he's flipping like that, then he's super special. He's a smart kid. I'll give you that. Nick Fuentes is a smart kid, but dude, he is. I don't know. He's cuckoo, bro. I haven't looked at those websites and read them for quite a while. Yeah, me either. Yeah, it's live. Oh wow, we don't see your screen. Oh, you don't see my screen? Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking at it over here. I guess I was looking at it on my screen over here. But yeah, here's the here's the Fox Formula protocol. Yeah, I mean I haven't messed with it, but 20 so far I guess 20, what is it? 27 commitments, whatever that means. I gotta mess around with that. But hey man, this is out there working. And now it's just a matter of them getting out there and people using it to see if it's actually traceable. Recipient's address and amount are visible on chain in the withdrawal cost data to break this chain. Huh. Interesting. It has a video of Trump pouncing around and oh my god, dude. Got to see XCL coming back alive. Does that mean Cent is next, or is that a boat anchor to be? Good question. I don't know. Has Cent started to make a comeback at all? I haven't looked at Cent. Where's Cent? Let's see. Has Cent moved at all? Up 4%. Not too bad. It definitely has a long way, dude. Cent has a ways to go to even get back to pre-sale, dude. Where was pre-sale price? The pre-sale price up here, like 1 cent. I mean, it's down pretty far, right? And we're talking 79% down. Yeah, it's got a ways to go, dude. What's the fear chart look like? The fear chart doesn't actually look that bad, dude. Fear is at 32 right now. It really doesn't look that bad compared to the previous months. I mean, you got to think we were way down over here well until 8, 9, 10, 11. I think he just said for midterms. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice word check there, Austin. I know. I was trying to keep it PC so that YouTube would keep me on the algorithm. If you start using words like the R word on YouTube, they start taking you down. America first doesn't mean we sit on our asses and let our enemies bomb our bases. I would agree. No, as I said, that's where my Paul. That's where my argument. I mean, you can make an argument for both. Where does America first start? Is going after Iran America first? To some people, they would say, yeah, it's America first because it's the number one sponsor of terrorism. That they were, whether they had uranium or not, whether they're making a bomb or not. I mean, we could probably say that they were trying all that stuff. Obviously, death to America, all that crazy stuff. We could say that a lot of people out there are saying, yeah, that's America first. But then you have a lot of people out here who were MAGA and America first that are like, that's not America first because you're focusing on other things outside of America. So I guess that's an argument to be had. Sometimes you need jackasses. Do you think Doge will ever make a comeback? Yeah, probably, dude. I think when the X payment comes on here, I bet you Doge probably makes a comeback. Brodick, what's up, buddy? Trump is a jackass, period. You think so, Brodick? You think he's a jackass? But what does a global, I mean, like, what does a global reset look like, Winford? I mean, like, what does a global reset look like in all reality? I mean, define global reset. Like, what does that even like? What does ChatGPT even know what a global reset is? I mean, like a true, I mean, we could all make our own decision, what is a global reset? Like, what does that even mean? A large scale restart or overhaul of the system, but the exact meaning depends on the context you're hearing it. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what does it actually truly mean? I mean, major changes in the world economy could be one. Rebuilding policies after crisis, like those aren't that big. Like, you know what I mean? Um, so like, I don't know, dude. It just, I don't know. It seems. Markets are making a nice little bounce back, though. I'll give you that. The hour chart's coming up here. 4 hours worked its way up to the top here. Even XRP's worked its way back up over the last 8 hours here, 8 to 12 hours. Sometimes, let's see, it's not our enemy. Israel has framed it that way, so you support the Zionist agenda. So you will. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm kind of against that whole thing, anyways. So you know what I mean. Number one, I don't think we should be. I don't think we should be in a war with Iran. I do think that we should try to control them to where they don't have nukes, and I think we should control them to where we are taking away ways that they could be that they are the number one um, the number one terrorists in the world. I mean that they do sponsor that. Like we know that. There's no question about that. But if it was such a big deal, you would see a lot of these other countries in the Middle East, up in arms over it, and they haven't. They're not. In my opinion, Dogecoin is dead. Do you think Doge is dead? I don't think Doge is dead, dude. Doge actually has a lot of use case, guy. Doge has more use case than most. I mean, it's a mineable crypto. Yeah, the only downside to Doge is that it's an inflationary, which kind of sucks, right? Inflationary cryptos obviously continue to go up, but I do think that it could be, it's built on it. It is a subset of that of Bitcoin. It's on the same par as Litecoin, right? Same script, and so I actually think there's more value to Dogecoin than most think because of the use case with it. But Fox someone working in transfers, tested and verified. Nice, dude. How does it actually work very fast? And the question is can it be traced? You think we'll have more black swan events in crypto? I mean, yeah, I do think that there'll always be kind of these events that happen because the market cap's so small, dude. I mean, you got to think these market caps are tiny, dude. A $2 trillion market cap is so dinky compared to the other markets. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I do think that like crazy things could be said or done to cause this to go down. I do believe that. Yeah. New World Order. Jury in California just found Elon Musk liable for defrauding Twitter investors, and he could owe billions. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, that's you're talking about a jury in California, bro. I mean, they all hate Elon. I mean, that's like stacking the card. That's like stacking the cards against someone is having anyone that has helped Trump succeed in whatever he's doing. Let's actually take the same case over to Florida and see what happens, right? I mean, a totally different ball game, or put it in Texas. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's not a big. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, knowing that's out of California is kind of crazy, right? And obviously, it's going to come out of California because Twitter was in San Francisco. But still, it's just like, I mean? Yeah, I would assume that most people that are Democrats over there are going to go against Elon. And try to. I mean, look what happened in New York, and look what happened with Trump. I mean, all the people that came out and tried to get him arrested and indicted and all that kind of stuff. Like, they were all out of states that were the extreme liberals. So I mean, like, yeah, it's not very fair. In your humble opinion, how much XRP would it need to be life changing money? How much would? I mean, dude, honestly, if I think you're gonna need more. Like, people are out here like, oh, you only need $10,000 in XRP to make life changing money, dude. Like, it's gonna take more than $10,000 with some of these large. I mean, let's take I mean, are we talking 10 years from now? Are we talking 15 years from now, 20 years from now? Like, what are we talking about with XRP? I mean, again, majority. I think that a lot of these cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, a lot of these cryptos, if you held today and 20 years from now, you're going to look back and go, "Thank God I bought those," because I do think that they're here to stay. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Not, the question is how much are they going to be used and by what. But yeah, I think majority of these will probably still be around to some degree, right? The decentralization of it is great. So in 20 years from now, where's Bitcoin? I mean, it's already been out for 16, right? 15, 16 years. And we went from $1 to 70,000. And and you can see right here that Ethereum went from, $1 to 2,000. Actually went from cents to 2,000. So I mean, like, all these things have a chance to do well. I mean, even if you held 5,000 and it were able to go up to, you know, $100 for XRP, I mean, that's such a good bump, dude. If you think about it, I mean, like, so crazy. And yeah, I do think that Bitcoin, even if you bought Bitcoin right now, you put $100,000 on Bitcoin right now, it goes to 1 million. I mean, dude, that's such a good return on your investment when you look at it like that. I mean, so I don't know if there's a number, but I do think it's just buying, accumulating, and holding. And unfortunately, most people don't have it in them to hold long term. They'll get out of it because they're afraid or whatever it is, and so they don't push through, and they just, like, unfortunately, they try to play the markets and they lose out. And all those people that sold Bitcoin early, I mean, the guy that bought the pizza, he looks back on he's pissed that he sold that Bitcoin, right? Anyone that sold Bitcoin back in the day is pissed because but the people that actually held on to it long term prospered so much from it. It's life. I mean, literally life changing money. We had a new world order in 1920. Yeah, different times though, right? Different times in 1920. Very easy to manipulate. So the whales will. Yeah, they will for sure. Dude, outdoor nature show. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat. A global reset is what happens when Chuck Norris dies. There was a meme out there, dude, the other day. It had Chris Hemsworth and what's his name? Even when he's Thor, and then you have Star Lord, and dude, it was so funny when it's like when Chuck Norris meets God. Yeah, sad day that Chuck Norris died, dude. Sad to hear. Sad to see him go, dude. Can Skywalker show back up and test it again? I could ask him to. Yeah, I could ask him to. I'm sure he's out. I'm sure Skywalker's still out there, still doing his thing. I'm sure I could probably reach out and say what's up. I think Trump was guilty in New York. Stacked against him, dude. That whole business thing was crazy, dude. I mean, when you go back and read that guy, like, again, I'm not here to play the politics side of it, but like, I thought that was the craziest case. That he paid off all his debts. He wasn't, he got his loans, all that kind of stuff. He paid his people back. No one was hurt. There was no, but yet they still went after him. Like, that was a crazy thing with the whole business record thing. That was crazy, bro. When are they going to start arresting all the people responsible for rigging the 2020 election? Dude, when are they going to start arresting all the people that, there's a ton of things that could happen. When are they going to start arresting all the people on Epstein's list? When are they going to start doing that? Like, when are they going to, I mean, there's so many things that you could arrest on, but yet they haven't done anything, dude. When are you going to start arresting people, for all the fraud? When are they going to start arresting people for even all the stuff that was happening in 2024, 2025? I mean, there's so many things, and nothing will happen. That's what I said. A lot of talk, all talk, nothing will happen, dude. Nothing ever happens. I was watching, I don't know if you guys have seen this TV series called Cross. It's on Prime, and it's about a detective and all that kind of stuff. And he the whole second season, they're spending time going after this guy who obviously did a bunch of bad things for child labor and stuff like that. He's trying to like make it to where, like, solve world hunger. And like, so he has his big thing where he's solving world hunger, and that's his whole thing is solving world hunger. So he has all these farms where he's making all this stuff, but on the back end of that whole thing, he is, all of it is based off child labor. Having people from, immigrants coming up, farmer, kids coming up from Mexico and stuff like that are farming his fields, and they've died, and he just, covers it up and he buries. So he's making all this off of, like, child labor. And but as soon as it all becomes uncovered, all of it becomes uncovered, the Department of Justice and the FBI and all them and the CIA are, obviously in cahoots with this guy. And when it gets all uncovered, they're like, sorry, you got to lay it to rest. Like, we are not going after this guy. even though they know all this bad stuff happens, for whatever reason, they don't go after them. And that's kind of what we see right now with a lot of our stuff here. Doesn't matter. I'm not just saying Trump. I'm just saying in general. That's what we see in our government. So much stuff is covered up. So many people that have money, the millionaires, the billionaires, all these people that have a ton of this, literally get so much just because of whatever they're paying for, whoever they have in their back pocket, whatever it might be, they're able to pay this stuff off. It's crazy. And the whole morality of it just goes out the window, dude. Because who cares? It's just, these people are, these kids are just another number. These Epstein victims are just another number. Who gives a shit, right? That's basically what they're saying. And it's sad as hell, dude. Sad as hell. But at the end of that season, he walks away and gives up his badge and his gun, and he says, I'm against all this, and and I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, that's exactly how it should be, dude. You know what I mean? These people are just afraid to put their stuff out, put themselves out there on it, because they're afraid to lose their status. They're afraid to lose the money. They're afraid to lose their livelihood. They're afraid to lose it all because, their morals go out the window. And that's what we see. We're seeing that right now. People's morals go out the window for it. I feel like El Salvador was a test run for crypto. Their economy is doing good now. Oh, dude, El Salvador is going great, right? One of the best out there. Dude, B-San, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, or the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Department of Justice doesn't arrest anybody. They just talk about it. They don't do anything, dude. Yeah, Pam Bondi's the worst DOJ out there, 100%. No questions asked. When are they going to arrest Elon for going into social security services? That'll never happen. They won't arrest anybody because the global mafia is in control. Absolutely, dude. Alex Cross is a real one. Alex Cross is a real one, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of it, you're kind of just like, damn, society needs to address hunger, housing, and healthcare. Well, unfortunately, we already saw a lot. I mean, the sad part is we're already sort of seeing it right now. I mean, there's just so much fraud, dude. Like, Guy, if we could probably all agree that there's massive fraud out there in all states, not just Republican states, not just blue states, not just red, but like the amount of fraud that is going through our systems unchecked is what's causing our inflation or what's causing our deficit. And like, we're just not putting money into what you're just saying there. Like, we could solve it. Society could address these things. But unfortunately, when we go to address those things, only about 2% of the money that's supposed to go to address that is actually going to address it. The rest is going in everyone's pockets. You know what I mean? And it sucks, because it's like, if we actually just did what was right, if we just did solve hunger, housing, and healthcare and did what was right, it would be solved. But unfortunately, it's been so ingrained into our government that we can't do that, dude. They can't do it. They'll never do it, because there's too much people making too much money. I mean, there's the reasons why the Pelosi's and the Chuck Schumers and Mitch McConnell's and all these other, Lindsey Graham's, the reason why that they started their political careers, at making $120,000 a year, and the next thing you know, they're worth $150 million. There's reasons behind that. And it's because everyone gets bought and paid for, dude. Everyone gets bought and paid for. And that's why nothing like that will ever happen as long as I'm alive, dude. As long as I'm alive. The hunger, housing, and healthcare will never get fixed because of that. The fraud is too rampant, and it'll never change. If you do research on the Doge team, they were ex-hackers, and one of the hackers admitted they took it info from the people. I mean, nothing will come of it. Dude, you willingly give your info to every major platform on the internet? I mean, yeah, as soon as you sign up for Apple, as soon as you sign up for Google, as soon as you make a Google account, you're screwed. Literally, as soon as you make a Gmail account, you're done for. As soon as you get a cell phone, dude. Literally, as soon as you get a cell phone, bro, and like you put your information in there, you're toast, bro. They have all your information, dude. So as much as you want to fight it, like there's no way to fight it. Ben Starr promoting his soda at a Wholesale Foods cover up his the entire government is fraud. It is, dude. Fraud in every state. Yeah, it's in every state. It's not just. Dude, it's in Texas. It's in Florida. It's in Washington. Washington's bad. California is obviously bad. New York's everywhere, dude. I bet you if we went to freaking Iowa, we went to Wisconsin, we went to like the Midwest, there's probably some rampant, crazy, fraud going on. Again, Nick Shirley. It is pretty disappointing to see, because like, I'll give you this, dude. I don't know if you guys follow Nick Shirley. I know people really hate Nick Shirley. There's a lot of people on the left that hate him. He's calling out fraud and he's going after fraud in some of the biggest states that are Democrat leaning. And I wish he would actually go after some of the fraud that are in the red states too. to make him more like less like make it more bipartisan. And because he actually does a good job of uncovering this stuff. Like, I gotta hand it to him. Like, he's done a very, very good job. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I love to see. Like, I actually like to read that, but I do want to see it in other states that are not just blue states. I want to see it in red states. And so I hope that he actually does that. I've actually commented that I hope he does this in some of the red states to show transparency. That's not just blue states; it's also red states, to show that there's massive fraud out there. Dude, Outdoor Initiative, thanks so much for being here for 6 months, dude. Who likes Pepe? I like Pepe, dude. I still hold some Pepe. I don't hold a ton, but I still hold some. Could you imagine what we would do if all the fraud money literally could feed? And yeah, we could do so much, Observer, dude. Like, that's the crazy part about it. It's sickening, dude. It's sickening to see the fraud that's out there. Dude, Outdoor Initiative, thanks so much for the $10 free memberships to the A-Teamers. If Outdoor Nature Show gave you a membership, please say thank you. And those 10 new members, welcome to the A-Team, man. Appreciate that. Observer, sorry, Austin. What was some rando? Austin, that was for some rando. Oh, my bad, dude. I was it's all good. Sometimes you read them and I'm like, okay, is the explosion in the room with us? I don't know. I miss the bear market days where we're all arguing about LeBron versus MJ. Dude, LeBron's making a comeback, dude. I mean, the Lakers are third in the Western Conference, man, and they're making a comeback, dude. LeBron does not look 41, dude. He's still dunking the hell out of it, dude. In a world, stop paying our mortgages, energy, rent. They can't do shit. I know, right? But the thing is that unfortunately, if you did that, you would lose your house. Like right now, you would lose your house. You'd lose everything, right? So it's like can't do that. Yay for Californians, we always first for everything. Yeah, that hospice thing is crazy. I just found out sad news, but my grandma obviously doing very bad. I told you guys sort of a story about my grandma. My dad hit me up Saturday and said that she ended up falling, hitting her head, so she's got a really bad brain bleed right now, and she's had a growth in her lung for quite a while that she's battled, a tumor, and it was cancerous, and it's gotten larger and larger, and so she's going into the oncologist today, and so we're gonna find out if she what the deal is here. But I mean, if it's terminal, I mean, more likely than not, she's probably going to go into hospice care. And she's in California, and all I could think about was freaking Nick Shirley's video of all the fraud in hospice. And I was just like, oh my god, dude. That's all I could think about. Just looking at Nick Shirley and his family, fraud. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot on Nick Shirley, dude. I mean, I think that a lot of that King Pound was a lot of that stuff fabricated. I think a lot of that stuff was fabricated on the fraud stuff, right? You can't trust politicians; they're all bought. They're 100% bought for, dude. How can a fraud investigate somebody about fraud? I thought that was. I thought that people were trying to go out there. I don't think that he was. I think that was a made up story, wasn't it? At least that's what I mean. That's where if you were following the stuff on X or on X, there was disputes. Like Grok was disputing those statements about him being a fraud. Random share, Austin. I recently started looking at AMC stock. They're all the time low during a year where movies are having resurgence in the box office. Just something to look at. That is true, dude. And I heard. I don't know if anyone went out there and saw Hail Mary, but I heard raving reviews. Heard Hail Mary was actually really, really good. Nothing exploding. I'd rather watch a stream with an honest headline. Or down. Let's be real, man. Oh, you missed it. Then you missed the beginning, dude. It's me mocking the what's going on here. You have a lot of people out here that are saying the markets are going to go out. I mean, you got this Ash crypto guy out here. The resemblance between gold, saying that crypto is going to blow up, and it's like, no, dude, we're like, there's a pretty big bear flag forming. So it's more of me mocking it, dude. So again, I know we're an hour into the stream already, so obviously it kind of feels like I'm saying that, but that's why I wrote what the heck, because you go out here and you read a lot of this. I mean, a lot of these people out here on X are still saying that we're going to go into this bull market, we're going to explode, and it's hard to be bearish, but I mean, there's a lot of signs showing that to be bearish, so that's where it's at, Blues, just to let you know. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, my batch, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, it's happening. She's 94 years old, dude. I was thinking of mine today. Odd. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Blue. I appreciate that, Blues. Yeah, prayers. Thanks, King Pound. Thanks, Autoban. My batch. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, Tony. Observer, dude. Yeah. She's 94. She's lived a great life, dude. She's lived a fantastic life. And The good thing is that she has early onset dementia. She probably doesn't remember a whole lot. I'm gonna try to get down there probably end of this month to see her one last time. Because it's like this will probably be the last time I see her for sure. So we're gonna probably try to get down there for spring break and see her. So yeah, pretty sad, dude. But I mean, she's 94, lived a great life. You know, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. 94. I mean, imagine to be 94. It's just wild. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. What did you graduate from Trump University? What year did you graduate from Trump? You talking about me, bro? I didn't graduate from Trump University. I graduated from Central Washington, and then I graduated from Columbia. I got my master's, my bachelor's from CW, and my master's from Columbia. My mom is the only one left past her age. My mom is the only one. What do you mean, Tony? What does that mean? Left past her? Like she's still alive, dude. If oil stays up, we're bearish for. Yeah, none of them wanted to listen to me about the food, big pharma, especially the things that sick your arms. And now, yeah, I know, right? It's hard, dude. It's hard because like food is a big deal. I mean, food's that's one of the biggest things on the ticket that I voted for was a change in our food change in our food structures. I told you guys that was one of the biggest things I voted for was my kids, just the food product that's out there. And I was hoping that I was really hoping that RFK Jr. was going to make a big change, and he hasn't really made a change. I mean, even with the dyes in the foods, I mean, they were talking about changing all the dyes in the food, and then it came back, oh, we're not going to do that. It's like, you guys are so full of shit, dude. You know what I mean? Everything that they talked about with that just pisses me off because, like, I was totally for that because I mean, I think it's important that our kids get healthy food, and I do think there's a lot of seed oils out there that shouldn't be in foods. I do think there's so many preservatives that shouldn't be in foods, and like this whole, we're gonna change this, and they haven't done shit. You know what I mean? Literally, they haven't done nothing. Pray for the elderly; they deserve better than what they're getting. Yeah, I mean, my good thing is my grandparents they live in now they moved into a care facility, and it's a really good care facility. I'm actually going to go down there and take a look at it. And but yeah, it sounds like my dad says they're taking care of pretty well. Bill Gates putting the jab in the food now. I mean, that's the thing though. Like people try to get around the jab, right? People try to get around the vaccine, and it's probably already in the foods. You know what I mean? So the people that like don't take the vaccine. You're probably already drank it in your drink. You know what I mean? That Pepsi you went and bought, or that freaking Coors that you went and bought. You know what I mean? You're probably already drinking it. Who knows? How would you know? You would never know. They're not going to change anything, bro. They're going to stick to that NWO plan. We're way past reserve course. Probably true. Dollar stocks and BS walks. Yeah, I get that, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just it just sucks. You kind of like get on board. Like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I'm excited to like see some changes, see some better food out there for my kids. Unfortunately, that's just not what's going to happen. I'm behind in the video, but fraud is in every state. Yeah, I would agree. It is in every state, dude. What political party is it? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Lola Bunny, I was saying that it's not just blue states. It's every state, dude. There's so much out there. It's crazy. Hello, Real A, dude. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, praying for my grandma. I appreciate that, dude. MC2O helps those with dementia. Oh, does it really? Okay, I'll take a look at that. If you took that vaccine, your people are effed. There's a lot of people that took it, dude. I mean, Elon took it. You know what I mean? Dana White took it. There's a lot of people out there that took the vaccination that I'm sure, who no one's going to know the outcomes of it. We won't know in about 20 years probably what the outcome is. I think the people who are probably affected by it the most, and they're already coming out and showing that, it's kids. Kids are the ones that are probably affected the most by it. That's the sad part, dude. Is they're already showing like a massive. Yeah, so like the kids are the ones. I mean, adults are probably. I mean, they're probably already screwed anyways. You know what I mean? Majority of the people that have my age or older are probably already probably done enough things in their lives to probably input enough things in their lives with microplastic. You can go down the whole list of things that they, all the red 40 that you put into your body, all the seed oils you put in your body, all the crazy stuff you put in your body. You know what I mean? How many vaccines did you take as a kid that you didn't know that you even took? You know, how many of you guys got flu vaccinations as kids that you didn't even know about? Who knows what was in that kind of stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was more kids related than anything. They're already coming out and showing that the kids are the ones that are hurt by the vaccine, anyways. They're trying to, yeah. There was an article that came out. I should have tagged it. I should have flagged it on X. About the all the issues with it. I took first round as a first responder. Got mandated here in Cali. I haven't taken another one since. Yeah, Observer Dude. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people that did it against their will, right? I mean, they did it for their livelihood, right? Observer Dude is a perfect example. You either do it or you lose your job. You know what I mean? And you have kids and a family to take care of. What are you going to do? I mean, like, that's a crazy thing to do, for it to be held over you like that. That was the crazy part, dude. Like, the federal government, people in the federal government, and working for, public servants out there that were required to take. Like, dude, like, all that stuff makes my stomach hurt thinking about that. I know. Look at the new, Ozempic, dude. Oh yeah, King Pound. Oof. Ozempic. I mean, look at look at all the issues that are coming up from that, dude. I mean, like, I know we're way off topic here, but I mean, so many health issues coming up from Ozempic, dude. Oh my god, people aren't even taking it for the right thing. I mean, Ozempic is for, like, type 2 people with type 2 diabetes. They're having a hard time controlling their A1Cs. Like, people that already have, like, health issues that are trying to, control things. I get why you take that, right? I get why you take it. But people that are healthy, just like what Joe Rogan said about the original jab, right? If you're a healthy adult, there's no reason to take it. If you're a healthy adult, there's no reason to take a flu shot. If you're healthy, there's no reason for you to have these things. Now, if you're not, different story. Different story. Like, I'll give you an example. I talked to my doctor about a tetanus shot. And he's like, "Hey, your tetanus shot's due." And I'm like, "I'm not taking a tetanus shot." And he's like, "Okay, you don't have to." And I'm like, "What's the point of a tetanus shot?" I mean, the point of a tetanus shot is to, if you get tetanus, then get the tetanus shot. And I asked him, I said, "Is it like, I know you guys want us to take a tetanus shot and I say it's good for 5 to 10 years, but if I get tetanus, can I just come in and get the shot then?" He's like, "Yeah, you can do that then." And I'm like, "So why would I go get a booster on a tetanus shot? If I get tetanus, can I just come in and get?" And he was just like, "Yeah, you can do that." And I'm like, "Then why would people go get tetanus shots then? Just go get the tetanus shot when you get tetanus." I don't know, dude. I just thought that was reasonable in my head after he was like doing it. I was like, wow, that's makes sense. Oh, dude. Let's see here. Look at the people. Yeah. Imagine being 94 years old and surrounded by people who love you. Cheers to her and her family. Yeah, dude. I mean, it is. I think it is amazing, dude. Suitcase Murphy. I think that's how it should be. I mean, we're all here to, like, at least I look at it. I mean, like, you kind of, they all help raise you, to then you help raise, you help take care of them. They take care of you, you take care of them. Like, that's always how it's been. Have you ever heard the story about it? A few people know that far worse health now. Oh, really? Yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, like that. Yeah, that happens, right? I mean, yeah, it definitely happens. Any news on H bar? She's taking a rough beating. There hasn't been a whole lot of Observer, dude. All the diseases, all those pack shots. Yeah, I know. Most of it, anyways. They say practicing medicine for a reason. All right, practicing. That is true. Most of it, anyways. You see, China said they have the cure for cancer. They probably do. I did see that there was it wasn't China. Wasn't there a guy out there talking about dude, there was a guy out there that, what cancer was it? I thought he was from, like, Europe. Oh man, I can't remember the guy, but they were like, prevention is better than the cure. That's probably true, dude. So many ways you could do better. I think the guy was I can't remember who the guy. He had like oh my god, who is this guy, dude? But there's a handful of those out there. But there's a guy out there. He's I can't remember where he's from. But he like has like birthmarks on his face. Michael Yeadon is who you're speaking of. Is it Michael Yeadon? Is that who it is? Does he want to have, like, is that who it is? Is that who it is? No, that's not who it is. I don't think it's Michael Yeadon, dude. That's not the guy. There's a guy like I don't know who it is, dude. I felt like he was in like Spain. Wasn't it like Spain? Wasn't it Spain? Something like that? I think he was a Spanish doctor, right? Pancreatic cancer. Yeah. He's the one that did cure for pancreatic cancer. Scientists developed a drug based cure for mice with pancreatic cancer. That's what it was. That just came out, and I think that was out for a while. And he has like a big birthmark. Yeah, this is the guy right here. Spanish scientist. This dude. He has like the big birthmark on his face. That's the guy I was thinking about. Yeah, pretty crazy. Watch I Am Legend with Will Smith, predictive programming. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. I have watched it. Stupid patron. There are actually a bunch of them. A doctor, Patrick Sherrill was a protocol. Oh, really? Yeah, that's the right thing, right? All right, we got off topic, dude. I'm gonna be hopping off here. I got things to do. Looking at charts, where do we predict the next lows of XRP Bitcoin? I think it stays the same. I don't think I've jumped off it too much. I mean, we're already sitting up here with our 4 hour. I mean, you should be getting your shorts ready. Honestly, you should probably be getting your shorts ready here. Bitcoin, Ethereum. We got a big bear flag coming up here, anyways, that are showing this on the weeklies. You can come look at this if you want to. I mean, a lot of things are presenting themselves here. It'll be interesting to sort of see. Last time we had a little poke right here, came up, came down, came up, came down. We had two peaks here. So two peaks coming. This will probably come down, and then we'll probably have a nice little rally after that. That's kind of what you're going to wait for here. If this comes back down, we're going to probably run after that one. So wait for this one to come back down on Ethereum. Bitcoin looking a little bit differently here. This one actually looked like we have a chance for a nice little breakout. So it's tough because when you're looking at the weeklies here, we had two double tops right here, double. Then we came up and we hit these highs right here. So it's hard to say. But it'll be very interesting to see if we break past this 50 or not. But what's crazy is we haven't gone very far. I mean, like this spike right here has only got us back to basically right here. So, like I said, if anything, we come up, we probably hit this 83,000 and then come back down. That's kind of how I see that. Something like we saw here where we came back up. You came up, you came down, didn't really do a whole lot, during that whole time, which is something we see like right in here. But yeah, I mean XRP down to $1, down somewhere in here, down in this ballpark to $1, anywhere from $1 to 95 cents. Ethereum is another one. I think Ethereum's actually kind of where it's at. I mean, this 1800 is probably where we're gonna go, dude. You have this massive support sitting here at 16. If we came back down and hit this 16, I'd buy so much Ethereum right now. I'd probably take out a HELOC and put it in on Ethereum. XCL gonna rip now that the protocol is up and running. Hell yeah, and XCL is doing great, dude. Shout out to the XCL and the XCL Mafia that's out there still pushing and talking about this. You guys are killers, dude. Still out here. Look at this, dude. Up 22% today. Yeah, it's working now, dude. I mean, money's going to start flowing through this. You're already starting to see it right now. 74% up right now since from pre-sale. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, dude. Yeah, another big ETH buy come in today. I haven't even looked at my. Yeah, I'm up about roughly 20. I'm up. Oh shit, I'm up like 12. I'm up 12 grand, almost 13 grand from my buy-in on Exceller. So yeah, shout out to the XCL team, dude, for sure. I'm about $12,000 right now. So that's pretty badass, dude. Try to make up for that cent, dude. I need to get up another 8K to break even from my cent losses. Actually, tell you the truth, I'm almost at my cent losses. Let's see. Yeah, I need about another $3,000. I'll be even on my XCL and cent. So we'll see how that holds up here. What's a HELOC? Oh, like it's a equity loan. It's a house. It's a home equity loan. So you take out like a HELOC. So like if let's just say like you own $1 million, like have $1 million house, and you owe like I think it's like if you say I hold like 500,000 on the house, that means I can borrow against the house on an interest rate. You take out a HELOC, and they give you that money, but I think you're only given a certain percentage of it. I think it's like 10%, 10 or 20%. So you couldn't take out the full 500,000. You take out like roughly, I don't know, a couple 100,000 if you wanted to, but you'd pay, take it on there like a massive credit card. Yeah, it's a home equity. Yeah, it's like a massive credit card. And then you basically would have an interest rate on there. You'd have two loans. You'd have your initial loan, and then you'd have your HELOC, and whatever the HELOC is, you'd pay that on, and it would just be an additional amount. But usually, you take HELOCs to add things to your house. But it was a joke. But yeah, I mean, like honestly, people do take HELOCs and they do crazy shit like that. So it looks like an equity loan. Yeah. So it's like an equity. It is an equity loan. It's a home equity loan for sure. That's what it is, Tony. Yeah. Home equity loan, HELOC. So, but yeah, guys. With all that, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. This week it's gonna be hard for me to come on here. I'll be traveling around doing some things this week, so I will not be here at home during the week, during the days. We had a lot of soccer stuff and a lot of traveling, so I'll try as best I can. Maybe I'll hop on just on a live. Maybe I'll hop on like an X or on like a TikTok live. Make it easy. Go from there. He locked these nuts. Stupid dude. All right, yeah. You guys stay safe as well. Take care. Appreciate you guys all being here. Love you guys a ton. And with all that, we're out of here. Peace out, everyone.